What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be previewing the 2025 National Championship game between the 14-1 7 seed Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the 13-2 8 seed Ohio State Buckeyes. This college football season has been very unpredictable and wild. I'm definitely looking forward to the future of college football, but this will be the last game of this season and my last preview and prediction. So definitely enjoy it while it lasts. I'm kind of glad the college football season is over, but on the other hand, it is kind of sad. But without further ado, let's get into this video. And as of the making of this video, Ohio State is around an 8.5 point favorite, and the over-under is at 45.5 for this national championship game. And Ohio State is a pretty big favorite in this game because of how dominant they have been in the playoffs. So Notre Dame is definitely a big underdog in this game, and they really have to bring their best to Ohio State. If we look at the ESPN analytics, the analytics also favor Ohio State in this game. They have around a 55% chance to win, while Notre Dame has around a 45% chance to win. So the betting lines and ESPN analytics both favor the Buckeyes. This game will be played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. This game will be played January 20th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. And the weather is expected to be in the low 30s for this game. It should be a colder game. But there you have it. There's some of the information on this game, but let's move on to looking at the season leaders on offense for both of these teams. And the leading passer for the Ohio State Buckeyes is quarterback Will Howard. Will Howard has really elevated his game in the college football playoffs, and he's been a very consistent passer for the majority of this year. On the season, he has passed for 3,779 yards with 33 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. He has an excellent completion percentage of 72.6, which is one of the best in the country, and he also has the second best QBR rating in the nation. I honestly believe Will Howard is a bit underappreciated, and he's a lot better than Kyle McCord was last year for Ohio State. Will Howard is very accurate and consistent, but he's also very mobile, and he has 7 rushing touchdowns. He's really got the job done for Ohio State at quarterback this season, and he's especially stepped up in the playoffs for this team. The leading passer for Notre Dame is quarterback Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard has really been a great leader for this Notre Dame team. He has 2,606 yards with 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He's also one of the better dual-threat quarterbacks in the nation, and he has over 800 rushing yards and 16 rushing touchdowns. Ever since that NIU loss, he's really elevated his game and been super consistent for a majority of the season. He has really stepped up as a leader for this Notre Dame offense. The leading rusher for the Ohio State Buckeyes is TreVeyon Henderson. He is very underappreciated as well. He has 132 carries for 967 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's also averaging 7.3 yards a carry, which is very good, and he has nearly 300 receiving yards. He has very similar numbers to the other excellent back in Quinshon Judkins, who is also a very good running back. And not to take away from Judkins, but Henderson is an absolute beast. He has 50 less carries than Judkins, yet Henderson is still the leading rusher for this team. But regardless, I think this is the best pair of running backs in the nation this year. And not far behind that Ohio State backfield, I think Notre Dame has an excellent backfield as well and one of the best in the country. Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price are a very good pair of backs. Jeremiah Love is the leading rusher for Notre Dame. He has 159 carries for 1,021 yards and 17 touchdowns. He's averaging 7.1 yards a carry. The backup running back for Notre Dame is Jadarian Price. Jadarian Price has 117 carries for 733 yards and 7 touchdowns. Again, this is a very good Notre Dame backfield with multiple great running backs, and they also have a tough runner at quarterback. The leading receiver for Ohio State is the crazy freshman talent in Jeremiah Smith. He's probably the best receiver in the country. He's probably a future number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. He has 71 catches for 1,227 yards and 14 touchdowns. He's had an amazing postseason. Texas did shut him down, but they literally had to triple team him, and that just shows how talented and dangerous of a receiver Jeremiah Smith is. The leading receiver for Notre Dame is Jaden Greathouse, who has 36 catches for 464 yards and 2 touchdown catches. Notre Dame really hasn't had a definitive number 1 receiver. Greathouse has been very quiet in the back half of this college football season. He's only averaging like 1 or 2 catches in the last 6 games until the Penn State game. And out of nowhere, he really stepped up and had his best game of the season against Penn State in the semifinals. He really stepped up when this team needed a receiver to step up. He had 7 catches for 105 yards and a touchdown. Notre Dame has multiple wide receivers who have stepped up at times this year, and Notre Dame will definitely need a lot from their perimeter talent if they want a shot to beat the Buckeyes. But now let's look at both these teams' last 5 games. Ohio State is 4-1 in their last 5 games. They dominated Indiana in the regular season 38-15. They went on to lose their most embarrassing game of the season and probably of the decade by losing to Michigan again and only scoring 10 points. After that game, this team really had to come together, and the coaching staff definitely stepped up and made some adjustments. This team realized that they are the most talented team in the nation and they need to be more aggressive, and that's exactly what they have done. They have been attacking this postseason. They have had a great postseason with dominant wins over Tennessee and Oregon. They also overcame some tough adversity against Texas despite some of the bad penalties Ohio had. It's really been a roller coaster for Ohio State, but this is easily the most talented team in the country, and they are dangerous when playing their best football. Notre Dame is 5-0 in their last 5 games, and they actually have the largest winning streak in the country right now. They haven't lost since week 2. They dominated Army 49-14, which was a top 25 win for them. They also overcame a tough road game at USC, and I do believe they were the only team to beat USC by more than one possession this year. Then they dominated Indiana and controlled the line of scrimmage by beating Indiana 27-17. And this game was not as close as that score shows. They also beat Georgia by double digits, 23-10. They also had one of their best games through the air passing the ball against Penn State, and they beat Penn State 27-24. They found many different ways to win big games this year, and that shows how good this Notre Dame team has been. And they have been playing their best football lately, especially on defense. They are the best team in the country at forcing turnovers. But anyways, let's start wrapping up this video and give my final prediction for this college football season. This game should be very emotional and important for both of these teams. The last time these two teams played, it was truly a hard-fought and close game, and it was a battle, and Notre Dame did come up short. This game brings us back full circle, and both these teams have so much to prove. Look, I'm a bit biased. I do have favorite teams, and I've been rooting for Notre Dame this postseason, and I've picked them to win just about every game this season. But a lot of the time, I have to put away my bias and optimism. And I'm just going to be honest, I think this is Ohio State's year to win the national championship. I think both these teams have incredible cultures right now, but I think Ohio is the more talented team, and I really can't reason with picking Notre Dame to beat the Buckeyes, with how much offensive firepower Ohio State has. I do think Notre Dame has the secondary to match up with the Buckeyes, at least for a majority of the game, and I think they have a good enough defense to keep this game close. But my prediction for the 2025 National Championship game is that Ohio State will win the game 24-17. I'm taking Notre Dame to cover the spread though, and I expect it to be a close game and certainly not a blowout. And I also have the under for this game. I think Ryan Day will win his first national championship and prove some of the doubters wrong. And I think Ohio State will win the 2025 National Championship. This would be a wrap to the college football season, but I am not done posting videos. I will have a ton of content out for you guys this offseason. I will have schedule predictions, transfer portal predictions, everything you can think of. Shorts and longer form content, so definitely tune into this channel. Now let me remind you guys to like the video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you guys love college football, then this is definitely the channel for you because we upload a ton of college football content and we basically cover everything on this channel. So definitely consider subscribing and also consider checking out my socials down in the description below. But that is going to do it, guys, for my last preview and prediction for this college football season, and peace out.